Do you like true crime stories? Does investigating unsolved mysteries interest you? Do conspiracy theories intrigue you? Then this is the channel for you. Hi, I'm your true crime psychic medium, Dee Sparta. Life isn't all love, light, and sunshine. Here we dive into the shadows and reveal what is hidden in the darkness. This is True Crime Tarot. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and like the video. Hi, welcome. How are you doing, my friends? It is Wednesday. I keep thinking it's like a different day of the week, and this week has just been a serious retrograde. Has caused all sorts of fun things going wrong around the house. Having all this, I was going to record this video yesterday, and if you saw in the community tab, I did communicate and let you guys know that we ended up having a plumbing issue. And so I had a plumber here all day, and I couldn't record and deal with that at the same time. So we're recording today. Thank you for your patience. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you all are doing well. You're surviving, you're getting through things, finding the good in life, finding the positives, remembering what you do have that can, encourage you. Because, there's some, we're going to be diving into some really, really difficult things to talk about. It's not a little, it's very heartbreaking. And it's this to me, this reading we're going to be doing, and we're going to be talking about Crystal Becker and Kylen Schultz. These two women, they're newlyweds. They were married earlier this year. They're from Utah. And they had gone missing, and a few days later had been found, their bodies had been found. And it's hard. I don't like seeing people in my community suffering as these two women did, and they're not getting the attention that Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie have been. And I'd like to fix that. I really would. So we're going to talk a little bit about that case. Before I get into that, there's just some news I want to give about our channel here, folks. Remember, perks are going to be showing up this week. I am working on getting the perks together and getting fun icons and emojis for you all who do want to participate and support me in this way. I really would appreciate if you do. But that's something new that's coming because of you all and sharing this sharing the videos that I make here and this channel. I've got a whole lot of new people here, so I want to say hi and welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate you. This channel is growing, and I am really excited to see what is going to come from this. And it's all because of you guys, all of you out there. Thank you. So, let me have some coffee here. Yeah, that's my youngest. This is an old Trevor. So, now, Kylen Schultz and Crystal Becker were two women who were married just earlier this year, and they're in from Moab, Utah. Yes, Moab, Utah is going to be like, wait a minute, this is familiar territory. Wait a minute. Yes, this is the same city where Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie had an argument, a dispute that did get violent in front of a local store. So that's why, and the disappearances of Kylen, and Crystal happened around at the same time. Gabby went missing also. People are wondering, is there a connection? Was Brian involved? And there seems to be a lot of details that could make you put those things together. I think we need to I really want to find out what happened to Kylen and Crystal. These women, they love the outdoors. They love to go camping. And so they were actually just living, kind of staying at different campsites during the summer. And they also were working. I believe that one of them worked at that grocery store. I believe it was Kylen. No, Crystal. And another woman, the other woman worked at the local McDonald's, and their van had been seen there, was found there, which is what? Well, but their bodies were all the way out back at the campsite, by the campsite where they were staying. So yeah, this is a real serious. This is the women had told family and friends that evening that they had an encounter and did not feel comfortable because there was a very creepy man in the nearby where they were camping. And so they were going to try and the next day move and get to another camping spot because they didn't feel safe. They were like, if we're gone and you don't hear from us, they literally told the family, we've been murdered. That's how serious and concerned these women were. So something's up. Something happened. And if you want to get some more information about this, about these women and the connections to Brian and him possibly being a person of interest, I will go into more detail at that. Or you can just jump ahead and go to the tarot reading. Now, I want to say this. I know some people, when I did the poll on the community tab, and it was like, so which cases? And someone had commented, and it's not that that they would like me to cover Kylen and Crystal, but without, as she put, the Brian element. And I understand that completely. She felt that the girls were not getting enough attention and focus. And that, I want to give the attention and the focus to these women who their lives were taken from them. It's very important to me. I also know that there's no way that I can remove the Brian element because there is a possible connection. And in the reading, we'll probably get more information about what it could be, if there really is. Also, if he is all as connected as he is, and us bringing his name, people are looking up Brian Laundrie in their Google searches more so than they are Gabby or Kylen or Crystal right now. And if someone Google Brian and then gets my video about Kylen and Crystal, then that's good. I want to bring attention to these women. Their lives were taken. And we need to find out what happened. If somebody's got to have more information out there. Somebody. Yeah. So please understand that I don't want to take anything away from the victims, Kylen and Crystal here, by bringing up the Gabby and Brian case. That is not even close to an intention here. If you don't realize, I am married to a woman myself, and we have 2 kids. My wife is transgender, so that's why these ladies, this is really, kind of hits me, because I do worry about my wife and I and our kids, because we live in such a conservative state. It's it can be scary. Kind of always looking over your shoulder. So yeah, I want to give the proper amount of attention to this and be as respectful as I possibly can. And maybe I can help. And that's where my heart is here. I want to help. And so I'd also like to remind everyone here that everything that I'm going over is alleged, and I do these readings for entertainment purposes only. I do have to make these statements. Please understand. So, if you want to skip on ahead, I do have those chapter links down below. But if you want to stick around, let's get going. Hello. Okay. Let's see here. Newlyweds Kylen Schultz and Crystal Turner were found slain in Moab, Utah. Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito were in Moab when these women went missing. Brian was at a hotel near where Kylen and Crystal were last seen. Near where they were last seen. They were actually at the hotel. I'll get more details. We'll get into that a little bit more. But see, because there are these few things, these two cases seem to allegedly connect Brian Laundrie as the possible suspect person of interest. Now, he is not a suspect at this time, but he is considered a possible person of interest. Kylen and Schultz, let's learn a bit about Kylen Schultz and Crystal Turner, who is also known as Crystal Beck. They're a Utah couple who were reported missing on August 16th of 2021 and then found murdered on August 18th near their campsite in Moab, Utah. Those who knew Schultz said that she and Turner were recently married. And I wish I had the exact dates. I really do. But it was, they're newlyweds. Now, their bodies were found on August 18th, right near their campsite in South Mesa area of LaSalle Mountains. The unsealed search warrants say the pair was found dead in a nearby creek, partially undressed, and with multiple gunshot wounds to the bodies. They had been reported missing the 2 days before, and documents state that Schultz had told their friends there was a creepy man around their camp that had intimidated the two women. Now, the pair was last seen at Woody's Tavern on August 13th. Bar security footage shows the women leaving at approximately 8:30 p.m. Police seized a Kia Sorento from the campsite where the women were found dead, but also obtained a search warrant for a second vehicle, their 1987 Ford Econoline van that had been left in a parking lot in Moab and was towed. The parking lot happened to be where one of them had worked. Now, the investigation into the death of Gabby Petito, who went missing during a road trip with her boyfriend Laundrie, has unearthed a potential link to I don't like, I gotta be careful what I say with YouTube to what happened to Kylen and Crystal, okay? Clues connecting Laundrie to these unsolved murders of Kylen and Crystal keep emerging, raising even more suspicions about Petito's boyfriend, fiance, murderer. I mean, I'm pretty sure he, but allegedly he harmed her. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold flu. Now, police did later clarify that the deaths were not related, but people are still going, wait a minute, there's a connection, isn't there? And the FBI are seeking Laundrie's DNA. So with that, we might actually find out if he was involved in Schultz and Turner's murders. There have been 0 suspects named in their case, but even though they're saying the deaths aren't connected, Brian is still considered a person of interest in their deaths. Now, Gabby and Brian allegedly fought outside, well, we saw the videotape, outside the store. Now, the store is where Kylen Schultz works. And this argument happened on August 12th. Police were called to the domestic incident that occurred in front of the place's Moonflower Food Co-op in Moab, Utah, where Petito and Laundrie were apparently fighting. Now, Crystal and Kylen were camping in Moab, going from campsite to campsite during this time of the year because they loved being out in the outdoors. And they also, that day, that's the very same day that there was this incident with Gabby and Brian, they were last seen, it was the last time they were seen, was leaving the local bar, Woody's Tavern, around 8:30 p.m. Whew. Now, if you recall that I've discussed before, and what you've probably seen all of the news, is after this domestic dispute between Gabby and Brian, they were separated by the police for the night. Okay? And the police took Brian to check in at into the Bowen Hotel in Moab, which is just like a 5-7 minute walk from Woody's Tavern. I don't know if anybody's seen him walking around there or not, or nearby that bar, but Brian was alone that night. The night these 2 women went missing. And in the vicinity. Now, while Kylen and Crystal were at the bar, they had told their friends that they were having issues with a man and planned to move to different campgrounds. They said they needed to move their campsite because of some creepy guy there. And, her aunt, this is according to Kylen's aunt, Bridget. And Bridget went on to say that these are outdoor girls and they're independent and confident. And for someone to make them feel uncomfortable, it had to be a very valid discomfort and a valid concern, I would say, in my words. And soon after they left the bar, friends and family stopped hearing from the 2 altogether. There was radio silence, folks. No text messages, no phone calls, no nothing. Now, we do know that this newlywed couple were found by a friend on August 18th. A friend found them there. And that's where their bodies were found, and it was pretty alarming, I'm sure. Now, we go into August 24th, and this is where Gabby and Brian were seen checking out of a hotel in Salt Lake City, Utah. So, Gabby's still being seen, and they're back together, and the 2 women have already been found, their bodies have already been found. Now, Petito was last seen alive on August 29th by a witness who saw her and Laundrie arguing in Wyoming restaurant not far from where she was discovered in the Grand Teton National Park. Now, Gabby's body was found in a very similar manner to Kylen and Crystal's. Like the couple, Petito was discovered in a remote area near a creek. It was at Spread Creek, dispersed camping. Images allegedly taken at the scene where Petito was found show gunshots in a nearby log. While Petito's exact cause of death has not been released, there is speculation that she could have been shot, just like Crystal and Kylen. Now, there are images of Brian in Northport, Florida, suggesting that he did own a gun. So are these two incidents leaked? There's a possibility, and it's very disturbing to think about, you know. Okay, folks, so without further ado, let's get into the reading. Hi. Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling out the Haunted Mansion, Haunted House, tarot deck right now. Let's see here. Ooh, card just flew out at me. Okay. Queen of Wands. Makes me think of my daughter. Okay. Let's see what else. Here it is. Okay, 2 more cards. Oh, 3 more. The Sun reversed. Bound. Regrets. Trying to... This card. What does this Queen of Wands wanted to do that didn't happen? Well, what I see here is this, you know, the Queen of Wands seems to describe whom Kylen and Crystal were, these very confident and independent women. I see that. And with the Sun, and then you got the 10 of Wands, being oppressed, and the 7 of Cups. Okay, something. I think their camping trip was not going as they had planned. They were feeling trapped. Things weren't going right. And they were trying to decide where to go next, Yes. Oh, sorry about the mowing. If you can hear that. So they felt very uncomfortable, like this is not good. 3 of Pentacles. Now you can see I am getting this feeling that they wanted to help someone. There was a third woman they were concerned about. They were really concerned about her. So part of the decision of should we leave because we're scared of what's going to happen to us, or should we stay because we're scared of what could happen to this other person? I just got the chills. It was a couple they saw fighting, and they're afraid of this woman and was in danger. They knew they were arguing over finances, money, not getting... You have control. Let me have access. I'm the man. I'm the man. You dumb... Oh my gosh, I'm just like seeing it. And I can't use the words. I gotta censor myself, folks. They witnessed some stuff happening and it scared them. He got upset with them because they were being nosy. He tried to intimidate them so they wouldn't say anything because of what they were seeing. Oh gosh. This is them in the creek, being found in the creek. Sheesh. Okay, my cards are flying everywhere. Let's see here. Sorry for the nervous laughter, but when this is sometimes, you know, trying. Okay, and the Fool reversed, and it's over the relationship, over them wanting to make a decision. Something delayed them from leaving. They probably wanted to leave that night. Something delayed them. Something delayed them. They really were very concerned and wanted to find the girl. And here's the devil. They were wanting the girl to understand that this behavior is a cycle, an abuse, a pattern of abuse, and felt that she was giving away her power by caving into this man. She's a feisty one. They felt that they couldn't get through. Is my camera still working right? Let me check here. I'll make sure you can see the cards. Okay. Man. They felt very ineffective, very like they were being couldn't say or do anything. All right, and the Six of Wands reversed. So there's definitely no celebration happening here. They're very feeling let down. Okay. Greedy, manipulating man. That's what that was the killer. And sheesh, double whammy here. With the King of Swords. That's like it was foolish. It was a mistake for the women to stay that night there. Well, obviously, but someone kept saying it was foolish. We should leave. I think the two women we're not always on the same page about when to leave. They wanted to help, but one was trying to be more rational than the other. Yeah. Yeah, the Nine of Swords in reverse. Oh, yeah. You know, you can't solve everything for everyone. You gotta sometimes know, one is like, if the other person isn't willing to make a change, you can only put out so much before you start losing your own self. Oh gosh, the wheel. It's like ups and downs. Need some clarification here. I'm wondering. Okay, smart, savvy with finances. So there's also, I think the women argued about their own financial situation, had an issue with. But they were becoming very indecisive about, and they were about this man. No, this is Brian and Gabby, I think. This is the couple and they're fighting. Yeah, once again, there's this... Oh, shit! This is the argument that... Okay. Now, Gabby and Brian, this might be who I think it is that they saw. I'm seeing this. They were torn because they're trying to think, can we help or not? Can we help or not? But they're like, these two are arguing, and I'm seeing what they saw was the woman being more savvy and smart with money and trying to say there's ups and downs. There's ups and downs. Ups and downs. Things go around. It's a cycle. We have to work harder to get where we are. And Ryan, just fight. No, I need it now. I am not patient. And the Six of Swords. I think Gabby wanted to get away. I think she started thinking she could get something better. She deserved better. In order to reach the success that she wants, she started realizing she had to leave the guy behind. So, it really seems, it's like they're both crossing over, and the cards keep picking up, and my spirit is just like picking up the women and the trauma. Finds them, follows them, stalking them. And I teach them for trying to get into my business. Gabby and I wouldn't be fighting like this right now if it hadn't been for them. Lady? Loyal. And sacrifice. You got the woman, you got some loyalty and sacrifice. If you're loyal to the wrong person, sometimes your sacrifices are not worth it. They wanted to try and be loyal and help this other woman, and unfortunately it has bit them in the Oh gosh. Time. It was in the evening when the manipulator came, confronted them. This isn't your luck. He felt like this was his lucky night. He was going to be able to destroy them and get his love back. Because if they're gone, then they won't be poking their noses in with my relationship, and I can get my woman back. Yeah, folks, that's damn, I did not like that. But folks, it does. It really does look like it could be him or somebody in a very similar situation. I'm sorry. Got interrupted. My in-laws were at the door, and because they were wanting to get some veggies and stuff from the garden and you know what was out there too. Okay. It's kind of nice. It's nice fresh air outside. But as I was saying, allegedly, Crystal and Kylen were very definitely creeped out. Did not like this guy. I think the guy who could possibly, allegedly be Brian, didn't want them causing any trouble for him and getting back together with Gabby. And they were torn of wanting to help, but not knowing how far they could really help out someone who was in this situation. Well, I do look forward to your comments and what your thoughts and feelings are on this case and on the video and my reading. If there's something that you think you saw in the cards and reading you sense, please share it down below. I'm always interested to get someone else's perspective. Very, it's helpful, and it might enlighten some things that I was kind of foggy on. It's like, it was really hard because I kept thinking, I'm focusing on Crystal and Kylen in the cards, but then I'm like, wait a minute, these cards are pointing at something else over here with the couple who were arguing. And it was, until more and more cards came together, it was like, oh, I see the whole picture now. that was it was kind of cool when when everything came together. It just still gives me the chills. It was that there was some moments in the reading that were kind of intense. Yeah. Anyway, please be on the lookout for membership perks that are going to be coming out soon. If you also want to leave a tip, a donation for this reading I'm doing, please do so. I have links down below to my Cash App and Venmo and PayPal. I really appreciate everybody. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you know when a video is coming up. Check out the community tab because I post polls and also get into discussions with all of you there. I will be having a Discord server coming soon that those who join a certain tier of the channel will be able to have access to talk about true crime, talk about tarot, talk about, and interact with me because I will be there. I do love you guys. Please remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I love you. Bye.